it. If you don't get it by 30, you already miss it. All the people are waiting to become billionaire at 40, 45. They are only taking chance on 14%. 86% all became, please Google it, between the age of 12 and 28.
Is the age of 30 your last chance of making it to success? Like when you got to the age of 30 and then you have not accumulated success yet, that means automatically that you are a failure. Many people have this mindset and this ideology that whenever that you are 30 years old or maybe a little bit above 30 and then you have not accumulated success, automatically you are a failure or you have failed in life, that you're not going to make it again. And then even before we get so much further about this topic, I would like us to understand what success really means, because every single person in this planet Earth has different understanding about success, what they means to be successful and what success truly means to them. For some people, success can be, when they have gotten a lot of money. And even speaking about a lot of money, you have to be very specific. Is it when you have gotten to $10 million or when you've gotten to 100K? To some people, it's when they have gotten houses, built houses, travel abroad, travel the world, have cars. Why some people, it's just when they have a little bit comfort, when they can be able to afford a decent living, and then they are successful. While some people, success means to them like when they can be able to build orphanages, build motherless babies home, or give to charity, build foundations where they can be able to be more impactful. And to some people, it can be when they have achieved a particular dream that they kept for themselves. But now, success has been categorized in 5 main parameters: the intellectual success, the spiritual success, relationship success, your health success, and all of that. Intellectual success, that is your ability to be enlightened, how enlightened you are, and your spiritual success, your relationship with your creator, and your health success, because even if you've accumulated all the money in the world and then your health is deteriorating, it does not make any sense. So you must be healthy for you to enjoy the money or whatever you call success. And then relational, that means your relationship with people, your family, because even though when you have accumulated all the money in the world but you have no person or the people to enjoy the money with, it doesn't really make any sense. So when you put all these things together, your spirituality, put everything together, that is what is called success. But we are not going to go into all these things, so that will be on a separate video. But now in this video, let's assume that we are talking about money, finances, because that is where every single person is focusing on. Somebody that is healthy would never agree that he's successful when it comes to health. Somebody that is intellectual, that is enlightened, would never still agree that he or she is successful. And even when you have family surrounding you, you can still never agree that you are successful, because many people have gotten all these things. They have good relationships, they have good health, they have good relationship with God, they have their spirituality intact, and they have all of these things, but they don't have finances, they don't have money. And that alone has made them to conclude that they are not successful. Alright, so that is why in this video we are going to focus only majorly on the success about finances, your financial success. So now, assume you're the age of 30, or maybe you're a little above 30, maybe you are far above 30, and then you have not really made money. You have not made money, you don't have house, you don't have cars, you have not traveled the world, and all of these things. And then somebody is there, somebody is sitting there telling you that if you are beyond that age gap and there is no more hope for you. So are you going to believe that person or not? What are you going to tell that person? So that is the main point, because I saw that video where that man made, Dr. Cosmas Maduka. So he's not one of the men that I respect so much, an entrepreneur. But it's kind of troubling, because sometimes if you don't really understand the message, you will really you really get confused, and especially if you are kind of a victim of that. You know what I mean by victim, that you are above 30 and then you have not really achieved financial success. It's just enough to make you to feel high blood pressure, that kind of a thing. So now I will allow you to hear what he has to say.
86% of successful people on the face of this earth all became between the age of 12 and 28. If you don't get it by 30, you already miss it. All the people are waiting to become billionaire at 40, 45. They are only taking chance on 14%.
Seriously.
86% all became, please Google it, between the age of 12 and 28. Whether even for salvation or business or anything, if you don't get it at that, you make yourself when you are young. If you don't get it at that teen age, where ideas are bubbling in you, things are running in your mind, where you have energy, you can somersault, take chances in life. If you don't key in to really be meaningful by that time, you are among the 14% taking chance on the 14% now.
So I hope you understood what he said there. So now in this video, we have to understand, to examine what he has said, with a little bit of research, and come up with a question to ask. Are there people in this planet Earth that have made it after 30, like they are beyond 30 and then still be able to accumulate success? Are there people like that? That is the question. And for you to be able to understand that there are people like that will help you to find a way to forge ahead in your own journey and never lose hope. But now, listen to what he said here in order to try to understand his own perspective. I think he's trying to balance what he's saying.
Statistics prove that successful people in life, 86% of them, be able to make it between the age of 14 and 28. By 30, you're already in a borderline. Do they make it at 40, 50, 60, even 80? Yeah, they do. But like in the pyramid, it gets very narrow, very rare. The foundation of it is within this age bracket, because that's when you will somersault. If you try to somersault, if you never did by 28, you may be dangerous yourself to spinal cord injury. But by 14, 15, 16, 18, you have all the energy to swing yourself back around.
All right, so now let's call a spade a spade. Try to speak the truth. You have to really understand what he said here, and which is very true. What is that then? It is much easier for you to accumulate success, to be very successful at a very young age. And I understood why he said that. The reason is because you have less responsibilities, and that will help you to be free to achieve, to pursue so many goals and dreams that you have for yourself, especially because you are young. Not to compare when you are older and you have several other responsibilities and which will drag you down. When you are younger, there are high chances that you have never felt so much. You have never accumulated a lot of failure. And for you never to have accumulated a lot of failure will make you to think that you can conquer the world, and it will help you to pursue goals and take risks. When you are younger, you can take the world as a playground. You can do a lot of things without even being afraid, because you don't have so many people depending on you. Well, unless you started fending for your family and yourself from a very young age. And then especially, it depends on the kind of industry that you want to get in. For example, if you want to be a footballer, or you want to pursue a career in sports, and then you are hitting 30 or 30 something, no football club would like to buy a player that is hitting 30. I don't understand. It will be very, very difficult for that person to get entrance into a football club. And again, one of the reasons why it is very difficult for you to achieve success when you are older is because there is something you will notice. Every single dream that you have inside of you is like they have timeline of disturbing you. They have timeline of that fire. It used to be like fire. You have that timeline, and it has time. When you are younger, when you have those dreams, they will be troubling you every single time. It's just like fire lit up into your heart. like trying to tell you, go and do this, go and record this song, go and follow this movie people, don't go and cook this food, go and learn this trade, go and do this and do that, time is going, and all of these things. So when you're having those urges coming to you and you are suppressing them, and you are getting older and older and older, there will be a time when those fire will be no longer there. That is why you see some people on the streets, their heads down, their back bent, their hands folded, and you can almost tell that they have given up. They have given up, on life, and they've been trying. They're no longer trying. They're just, trying to stroll along, living their lives. Most people have what is called their childhood dreams. But what makes most people don't achieve them is because they kept suppressing those dreams and never giving them a sense of expression, and then those dreams died. So you become risk averse when you are older. You can't really go all in something that you are not really sure of. And may God help you that at that time that you have not married. There are people that just because of marriage, because they have gotten married, and then all of their dreams are buried, and you will see them all their lives channeled towards family, towards raising children. So now we will also to try to analyze, to understand, to see if there are people who have already made success even after their 30s and 40s and 50s. So number one person that I have in this list is J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter. J.K. Rowling is arguably the first billionaire author. She published Harry Potter when she was just 32 years old, and the book became a hit, which generated billions, millions of dollars, and sold millions of copies. So number two we have here is Alan Rickman. Alan Rickman featured in Harry Potter movies when he was just 56 years old, and trust me, the movie blew up, and then Alan Rickman succeeded and became a global superstar at the age of 56. Then Oprah Winfrey at the age of 32. The number three is Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman landed his major role when he was only 50 years old. And even the lastly we have on the list is Sylvester Stallone. This is just a tip of an iceberg of the people that really made it after 30. You can still go and do your research and find out other people. So having gotten to this stage, it is very clear to understand that there are people who made it after 30s, even when I have crossed those age brackets. So don't let anybody to deceive you. The kind of message that Dr. Cosmas Maduka preached is the kind of message, if wrongly understood, is enough to drive a young youth into depression. Because especially when you are above this age bracket, you will be thinking that, oh, your life is gone. But here is it. As long as you keep on trying, as long as you keep on, moving those needles forward, you shall get there. You can still achieve your success. So I have to say this now. One of the reasons why many people do not really achieve success early, or why they really do achieve success early, is because of the family they came from. If you're from a very supportive family, it won't take you so long for you to succeed. But if you are from families that did not really understand, they can drag your success down. No matter your talent, no matter your ambition and the potential that you have, they will definitely draw you down, because they don't really understand. They don't know how to position you. So you have to be the one to position yourself. And since life is not a do list, do list, you have to do a lot of trial and errors. And as you are doing it, time is going, and your age is increasing, and then boom, somebody tells you that you are 30 and you cannot make it again. That kind of thing. It can be really troubling. But if you know who you are, and then you are knowledgeable enough to know that there are people who already made it even despite their old age. What about Ray Kroc, the owner of the McDonald's franchise, who made it when he was about 80 or 90 years old? There are people like that. There are so many of them. You can go and read up autobiographies of successful people and see things for yourself. So thank you so much for watching this video today. I really appreciate you. My name is still Chinonso Aguze. Please make sure you subscribe, you like this video, you share it, and then you comment. And boom, I'm gonna catch you up in the next one. Peace. Thanks.